Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of A Dog's Soul. I'm Anita, I'm a professional dog trainer, and today we're gonna talk about if or how your dog wants to get touched. So stay tuned and have fun. Hello again. So this is again something very important in my opinion, because so many dogs get just snuggled and cuddled and kissed and stuff like that, and you really don't like it. So I want to start with stuff a dog usually doesn't like. And unfortunately, it's about everything we like to do, so that conflicts a little. Because if we like somebody really dearly, we like to hug them and kiss them and snuggle with them really closely. And that's usually something a dog isn't comfortable with. Because in a dog's world, they don't do that. They don't hug, they don't kiss. They do the licky thing, but the licky thing is very often something that's supposed to de-escalate a situation or a calming signal, if you're familiar with that. So what a dog is showing you with the licky thing is sometimes it's affection, it can be grooming too, and sometimes it's just, hey, this is a little uncomfortable, I'm nice, so give me a little space. And for every, so that's mine. For every cuddly, snuggly thing, you see very often calming signals from the dog or de-escalating signals, like lip licking, blinking, turning the head away because they can't turn the body away when they're in a hug, lifting a paw, something like that. So they are trying to get out of the situation. And if you ignore that, or if you don't see it, it can lead to more obvious signs of your dog. Something like growling or snarling or something like that. And very often dog owners are really surprised and a little shocked when the dog is suddenly growling at them. But very often there have been so many little signals from the dog that just have been overseen. And yes, there are dogs who have just learned that these little signals are of no use. So they start with growling. And my Sammy is such a dog, and it was really difficult. He didn't even growl. So he went straight to snapping. And it was really difficult to get him to growl again and to show these little signs. And now if he growls, I'm really happy he does, because he's confident enough to tell me he doesn't like something. And if you want to determine what your dog likes, or if your dog wants to be touched right now, you can just try something like petting him and take away your hand and wait 5 seconds. And if your dog's trying to get you to continue, like he's licking your hand, or he's looking at your hand, or he gives you a little bump with the nose, something like that, then you can continue. If he doesn't, then it's not the right thing to do right now. The other thing is, some dogs like massages, so something that's a little more pressure. But some dogs just like the soft touches. This is something very individual. So your dog might like softer touches, your dog might like a little more pressure. And some dogs don't like the touches at all. So they like contact, but with no hands. So these dogs tend to come and lie very close to a human, but as soon as there is touching involved, they leave. And that's okay too. So if you see your dog doing that, you know, okay, he likes being close, but he doesn't like to be touched. What you can work on with your dog is something like an isometric touch. So that's something where you put your hand to the dog and apply a little pressure, and your dog's leaning into it. And this has to be introduced carefully, because your dog might get startled by the pressure you're putting on him. So you can just start putting your hand on the shoulder, for example, because shoulder is not really an intimate spot, and reward your dog for staying there. If that's even too much, then you might want to reward your dog for your hand moving, and then your hand moving towards him, and then the touching. And if your dog's fine with that, you can start applying a little pressure and keep rewarding your dog. Keep in mind, every touch that's comfortable for your dog is a trigger for oxytocin release. And oxytocin is known as the bonding hormone. It's also released between mothers and children and in animals as well. So this is something very comfortable, very nice, and your dog's getting a nice feeling with that. So again, if you want to touch your dog, try to find out what your dog really likes, what he's comfortable with. If you see any calming signals or de-escalating signals, pause and reassess your method. And you can always ask your dog if he likes this or not with taking your hand away for 5 seconds and wait if he asks you to continue. And just to be sure, never put your face into your dog's face, and that's especially for children. So if you have children coming over, watch them very carefully and don't try to hug your dog or kiss your dog, because he just might not like it. If you have any questions regarding the body language of your dog when you touch him, you are very welcome to send me a video and we'll talk about it. And if you want other topics discussed on the show, or if you want to talk to me about something, feel free to write me an email or WhatsApp. I'll be very happy to read them and get back to you, of course. So that's it for today, and I'll be happy to hear from you soon. Until then, bye!